Today I want to share my 2023 wardrobe plan. I want to go over the things that I'm really loving, things that are really inspiring me right now, the direction I'm hoping to kind of continue my personal style, and things that I'm using in order to achieve that. And then ultimately I want to go over the things that I won't be wearing, and specifically things that are no longer speaking to me, things that I'm letting go of, and hopefully going to allow me to step further into a personal style that I'm really loving. So let's get started. So like always, anytime that I'm doing wardrobe planning, I like to start by gathering inspiration, and I do this in a couple different places, but definitely my favorite is Pinterest. I'll go over to Pinterest, go through all my boards, and really start to cultivate things and put things aside that are really speaking to me for that particular wardrobe plan. So if I'm going to be planning for a trip and I'm packing, I do this for that, but then also for the year as a whole. So for this year in particular, I went back through a lot of my boards and I got rid of things that weren't really resonating anymore. And then I saved things that were really speaking to me to a separate board specifically for this year. And once I've done that, I like to go through all of it and I'll pull out different themes, and I can kind of start to isolate wardrobe goals and things that are coming up again and again, or combinations that I'm really liking. And I'm able to use that to influence more tangible things and give myself direction for how I'm going to achieve what I'm really feeling inspired by. So for this year in particular, my first wardrobe goal is to grow my hair back out and get it long again. I had really long hair for a long time and I would style it the same way every day. And so I wanted to experiment and try something new. Plus, when I moved, I was dealing with really different weather and my hair was not behaving the way that I wanted it to, and my styling methods weren't really giving me the same effect. So I experimented a lot the last couple years, and I've ultimately decided that I prefer it longer. It's a lot easier for me. I'm able to do a lot more with it. I can style it a lot of different ways, and then most importantly, my hair grows really fast, so it's a lot less maintenance. I don't have to go to the hairdresser as often, which is always a good thing for just ease of life. And then also on top of that, I can throw my hair up when I'm exercising or when I'm working, doing anything. I can just get it up and out of my face. And that's something I really missed when my hair was shorter. And then also with kind of like the face framing layers, I cut those a little bit shorter to see if I liked that. And same situation. I really like how it looks, but when it comes to actually living with it, I find it to be a little bit annoying. It's always getting in my face and I'm constantly moving them or trying to tuck them behind my ear. And especially when they were shorter, they wouldn't stay. So if you know that type of feeling and it's something you also don't like, then you definitely know what I mean. And ultimately having like the longer length, either one length or really long layers, I've always really liked. And then being able to style it different ways. So going back to kind of how I was styling it a few years ago, but then also adding in some different methods. And ultimately I'm really excited about that because when I experimented with my hair cut and style, it really changed up my outfits, and having the longer length in my hair is something that I really love because it softens a lot of the sharper edges in my tailored pieces. So it's a nice balance, and I've reflected backwards and been able to understand why I had it long for so long, because I was cultivating all these great blazers and structured jackets, and when I would wear those with my longer hair, it was a nice balance and something I really enjoy for my personal style. Another wardrobe goal that I want to focus on for this year is to lean into the softer colors within my color palette and be really conscientious about pairing those together and choosing those for my styling. So within my color palette, I have a lot of really dark colors. I really, really love black. I love wearing black. I like how I feel in black. It's basically the color of my hair, so I find it really easy to work with. And also I like it because I can travel with it and not have to worry about stains or anything. It's very low maintenance for me. But as a result, I've really focused in on that, and it's a little bit heavy within my wardrobe and then also within my color palette and what I reach for. So I want to be really conscientious about going for my lighter colors and really pairing those together and coming up with new combinations and color combinations that really lean into that. I love how it feels when I have those types of colors, and especially now when I'm living somewhere that I can actually wear them. I don't have to worry about snow or slush or dirt or grime. I want to take advantage of that and really be able to build that out within my own personal style. So very much within that same type of thinking, I also want to lean into my pearl jewelry and my mother of pearl jewelry and really start to lean into those accents and being conscious about wearing those with the lighter colors and really starting to harness the feeling that those stones give. So there's something about pearl and mother of pearl that really speaks to this kind of otherworldly, ethereal, dreamlike quality, and that coupled with lighter fabrics, lighter colors, they just go so well together, and something that I really, really love. I have my mother of pearl signet that I wear all the time, and I would love to maybe incorporate something in a smaller scale so I can have the both options within my closet. And this one in particular I love because it's one of the first expensive things that I bought, I think like maybe 10 years ago at this point, and I saved for it, I planned for it, I saw someone wearing it, and I just loved it immediately. And the thing that I really loved about it was the mother of pearl face. And there's something about that stone that not only can be kind of hard to find within jewelry, but also when it's on something a little bit unexpected like a signet ring, it's that perfect blend for what I'm naturally drawn towards. I love things that are kind of expected but then unexpected at the same time, soft but solid, and getting that juxtaposition is something that I'm always loving and trying to find within my style. So leaning into those pieces within my wardrobe is going to be something I'm really looking forward to exploring more. And then also when I can wear them together, so like my mother of pearl locket worn with the signet, I just love how that all goes together, and again creates that cohesive story that tells such a specific feeling and allows me to really lean into that. So this next wardrobe goal is definitely a carryover from the last year or two, and that is to lean into my summer wardrobe. So I've talked about this recently, but I really don't like summer. I don't like hot weather. I don't like feeling warm. I don't like being sweaty. I don't like the humidity at all. And as a result, I kind of neglect that part of my wardrobe, and instead I romanticize winter and fall and spring. Spring is my favorite. And so by doing so, I've allowed that part of my closet to go kind of unnoticed until I really need something to wear. So I end up re-wearing the same thing and feeling very uninspired about my summer wardrobe and kind of dreading that time of the year. So I've been really trying to flip that and kind of look forward to it, find outfits that I love, combinations that I love, again, colors that I love to wear during the summer, and specifically leaning into that structure. So less linen and more kind of like lightweight structured rayon, or a material that's breathable but still has that firm feeling to it and allows it to lay in a way that I really love. So instead of like a denim cutoff, going for something like a structured short, and being able to build that out, and also within this focus on shoes and finding shoes that I can wear comfortably, walk in, and they don't make my feet sweat a lot, and I'm not uncomfortable while I'm wearing them, and I don't get blisters. That is a key to this, because building an outfit around functional footwear is something that I've always found to be really helpful, and it takes the kind of like fantasy part of your style and makes it really applicable to how you actually live. And then my last wardrobe goal that I want to touch on really quickly also plays into the color palette that I was talking about earlier, and that is to lean more into the color brown. So when I think back to what I really love, and I kind of remove all the noise and just sit with true inspiration and what I'm naturally gravitating towards, and what I kind of reached for when I first started redoing my style, I definitely incorporated a lot of brown. I had a lot of brown shoes. I still have them in my wardrobe, and they're also a very specific type of brown. So my brown leather jacket, my brown bags, and that type of shade is something I find very easy to wear, but I've neglected recently. And so I want to get back into that more and allow my wardrobe as it stands now to kind of guide me and kind of lead me in the right direction. And then most importantly, go for those colors when I'm getting dressed. So when I'm wearing those whites or those off-whites or the lighter shades, or gray, I think looks so great with brown, I can reach for my brown shoes, my brown bags, brown accessories, and really incorporate those again and really allow myself to enjoy those and build out that part of my style again and really get comfortable with wearing those. And then ultimately leaning into a couple new additions maybe things that I can wear and really, really enjoy. Now I want to go over the things that I won't be wearing this year, and this part of the process has become really helpful for me. I only started doing it a couple years ago, and it's allowed me to reflect backwards in a way that gives more clarity for looking forward. So I'm able to see what I love, what's really not working anymore, things that I'm not loving as much, and then most importantly, give myself permission to evolve and change. So the first thing that I won't be wearing this year is a lot of outfits that feel repetitive out of comfort rather than inspiration. So reaching for things that are honestly out of sheer laziness is something that is really easy to fall into, and for me, I'm kind of removing the inspiration. So kind of like what I was talking about with my wardrobe goals, I really want to focus in on challenging myself to put together new combinations, try new things, not get stagnant, and ultimately feel inspired. So putting things together that I might not love 6 hours after I'm wearing them or the next day, but in that moment are speaking to me, and allowing myself to really tap into that. I think if I don't use it enough, it does go unworked, and that kind of laziness can lead to almost a blockage in creativity in other areas. So really opening that up again, allowing that to become the outlet for channeling my creativity. It's something I'm really looking forward to doing. Another thing that I won't be wearing this year is outfits that are too casual. So the last couple years on the whole, but then also for me personally, like the last year, I've really felt the need to kind of feel like I'm wrapped in a hug, and that comfort and being surrounded by really soft, kind of oversized, very relaxed, very, very comfortable, very casual things has been necessary for me. And it's given me exactly what I've wanted. But I'm finding myself kind of coming out the other side of that a little bit and really wanting to be dressy again and reach for those dressier pieces and put together the outfits that make me feel almost like too dressy sometimes and like I'm dressed up for everyday life. And I want to get more comfortable with that again, because getting out of that has made me feel very uncomfortable doing that sometimes. And ultimately, there are some days when I want to be conspicuous or I don't mind being conspicuous, and then there are other days when I really don't want to be conspicuous. So giving myself permission to lean into one when it feels right and then the other when it feels right is a key part of all of this. And on those days when I don't mind, really putting together those great outfits that feel a little bit fancy and just really allowing myself to have fun with that. So like always, I hope that my own personal insight can be helpful for you. I find that wardrobe planning, when you think about it, can sound like super boring and not something exciting or inspirational at all. But I've found it to be the opposite of the case when I've actually started to do it. And by gathering inspiration and really sitting with myself and being really honest, I've been able to cultivate pieces that I maybe would have overlooked before, or outfits that I wouldn't have tried before. And it's given me a lot of fun within personal style development, and I think it can be a really helpful part. So I hope that this is helpful for you as you do it for yourself. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.